Who did that? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Oi! You bloody mongrels, you! Where's my subscribers at, eh? Come on then, click that button. Alright, so we have the Bitmap Bureau, responsible for XenoCrisis, and the Big Evil Corporation, Matt Phillips, responsible for Tanglewood. I don't really want to review those titles. I mean, if I did, I'd be here all damn day, and you're not here for that anyway. You don't want to see a review of XenoCrisis. You already know it's a damn good game. You know it's well programmed. There's nothing else like it on the market right now. So we won't talk about that. What I will talk about is really wishing I was one of those Kickstarters like Alice up there, have my name in the game. The Kickstarters were lucky enough to get that, but I ordered this probably close to a year ago on pre-order, and I'm actually still waiting for my physical cartridge. I only have the ROM for this right now, which I'm using to play, but the physical cartridge will be here pretty much any day. In the meantime, I'm messing with Tanglewood's physical copy, but again, I don't want to talk about the games and why they're good. And give a review of them. I just want to talk about the fact they take me back like 2 decades, man. And see, that's what's so cool about XenoCrisis. It's not some kind of a new indie game with an old school flavor. It really feels more like an old school game with a bit of modern flavor, a futuristic flavor. And man, that's hard to get a hold of. That's hard to grasp. And I'd give them bonus points beyond measure for that. I'm going through some of these notes. This is a little bit embarrassing, but it's the truth. I was sitting downstairs, I had XenoCrisis running, volume turned way up, just sitting down in the basement in my big Sega room, And at one point, I couldn't help it. I just kind of was like, wept tears of joy because, it transported me right back to that time when I was a kid. I literally felt like I was just a worry-about-nothing teenager at home on a weekend playing his Sega Genesis, but nobody to bother him, nothing else to do except enjoy his Sega. It was making all the noises that I want my Sega Genesis to make. It had all the colors on the graphics I want my Sega Genesis to make. I feel a sense of ownership, almost kinship with the console itself. So they achieved that. And, again, that's one of those things that you're really not going to get out of a downloadable title. For me, being able to have the physical cartridge just makes it that much, just strengthens it. And, someone like me who's 42 years old, I've done plenty of barking about social media and how happy I am that I didn't have to deal with it as a teenager or through high school. Trying to navigate, girls and games and guitars was enough. Trying to have social media on top of that, terrible. I wouldn't have been able to do it. And the fact that back then, if I was playing a game that I really, really liked and I wanted to thank the makers or contact them, I'd be lucky if their letter was ever even seen. I'd write this letter out and mail it out there. Who knows if it even gets delivered to their desk. Now with social media, things like Twitter or Facebook or whatnot, I can contact them directly. They're out there. They're saying, hey, check us out. And you're able to communicate with them. And to me, that's one of the greatest things about social media ever, is the fact that, people that make games that you love, that kind of make you feel like a kid again, you can reach right out to those people and chat with them and thank them. And for that, I'll be eternally grateful. It's kind of like one of those days, it's November, Indianapolis. It's cool out, but it's sunny, leaves on the ground. This is gaming weather. And I can't help but mention Tanglewood at this time. Tanglewood is another newer Sega Genesis game that I got this year in cart form. I'm taking the cart and I'm plugging it into my console and I'm playing it. And it wasn't just the fact that I could play a Genesis game in the console. It felt like a Genesis game, whether you're playing it on the Switch or whether you're playing it on PS4 or whatever, PC, Steam. It feels like a Genesis game. It feels like something that would have come out at that time and been popular at that time. And it's just so hard to grasp that. And these guys got it done. Nothing else makes noises like the Sega Genesis. Now, if you don't know how to use it, it makes just that, noise. If you know how to use it, it's a specific sound that nothing else has, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And the folks that put this together knew that, and they're showing it off. Listen. Yes! nothing else sounds like that. Love it. That's fucking awesome. Are you kidding me? That's incredible. Hey, you see those records back there? Yeah, I've got the soundtrack to this ordered on vinyl. It's on its way. I can't wait. That's fucking awesome! Ah! I like how you can see him breathing over there. It's a wonderful touch. So yes, games obviously do something for me. They get me in the heart, they get me in the brain, they get me in all the parts that matter. That's why I want to mention Tanglewood again. The timing was just perfect. It was exactly what I needed at the time, and it was during the cold season. It was cold out, and Tanglewood warmed me. I'm telling you, if you're a fan of XenoCrisis and you're a fan of this Genesis Renaissance, Tanglewood is something that you must own physically. Sure, you can go on Switch and get it here soon. Get it on the cart. Be able to plug it in and play it. It matters. It really does. Again, it's not so much they were just making a game on this hardware. They were making a game for this hardware. That's the difference. So yo, Bitmap Bureau, you guys rock. You guys have killed it. I'm outside doing a smoke signal to Mount Olympus right now. Nothing but thanks. Nothing but thanks. So, just tribute time. Oh yeah. Don't forget about Matt Phillips and Chris Fox over at Big Evil Corporation, makers of Tanglewood. That's just as beautiful, I promise. Now, get back to gaming.